So you are saying you are more knowledgeable than Ayatollah Sayyid Sistani. Ya akhi, since when did Sayyid Sistani give this man any credibility? Did you not see how he sent condolences on the day of his death? Well, in that case, khalas, I will become a follower of the Pope. Why? Because Sayyid Sistani has also sent condolences on the day that the Pope has died. Can you not see that he has a way, a methodology in doing mujamala, in doing, if you like it, politics within religion, yani, for the greater good? You know that very well. And he is the same person that said, Ahl al-Khilaf are opposers. Imagine, the people that believe in the usurping of the rights of Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam, and that others are more suitable to be in their places than them. He says they're not only our brothers, they are ourselves. It's that same person who uses that language. You need to know this is his way, this is his hikmah, this is his understanding of hikmah, this is his ijtihad. At no point did he say everything that this person done is good, or this person, I am totally aligned with his thought process or with the actions that he has carried out. No, khalas. They have put a massive locks on their brain and they are not willing to accept anything beyond this concept. And you want to kill people because they are not aligned to your way of thinking. And you're the moderate one, mashallah. Look how the tables have turned. Really, this is one of the biggest calamities. And you want to talk about Mimbar al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam? If things like this are not spoken of, I don't know what's the point of having a mimbar.
Do these masses, these awam, these Shia, do they have the correct bi'ah? Do they have the correct environment in order for somebody like Samahat Sayyid Ali Sistani to be able to address these issues? The Imam alayhi salam has a beautiful saying where he says, وَخَاطِبُ النَّاسَ عَلَى قَدْرِ عُقُولِهِمْ. You must address people with the exact same level of intelligence that they have. If they cannot understand diplomacy and they cannot understand the greater manfa'a from doing certain statements or having certain positions, or at times, certain times staying quiet, they will never be able to get ahead as an ummah. They will never be able to get ahead as a united front against the Zionists, against other people. When the Umariyah, when they first started to perform Salat al-Tarawih, a well-known bid'ah, Umar ibn al-Khattab himself says it's a nice bid'ah, almost like some sort of cope, some sort of tawheen for this salah. So Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, he condemned them. He told them this salah is bid'ah and this salah is not permissible to pray in our masajid, and this is the hukum of the correct salah. You may pray the salah individually, you may pray this other salah individually. It's almost as if the entire salat in the dunya, kullaha khalat, all of them are not be able to be performed except this one salah. And they resisted the command of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. And at the end of the day, they went and they performed the Salat al-Tarawih. The Imam alayhi salam let them be. Because what more can he do? إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرْ لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. More what can he do? It's not realistic. Do you think that Sayyid Ali Sistani has something to do when he commands his own followers not to do things and they don't follow these obligations? There's a point which you mentioned in one of your videos in relation to Arba'iniyah, I believe, where you mentioned how the marja' he has given a statement condemning people to put his pictures and his symbols publicly in the way of the mashayikh. Despite of this, waqi' hal, you've been to Arba'iniyah, everyone else has been to Arba'iniyah this year, his pictures are everywhere. We are it's only Sayyid Ali Sistani. It is Muqtada Sadr, people from the Iranian regime, people, I don't even know who these people are, some shuhada apparently. End of the day, this is not the place. This is not the place for you to lift these pictures and these symbols, because we turn from a Shia community where we worship the rijal of the deen, we worship the people who have simply relayed the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salatu wassalam, and we abstain and we derive away from the actual rijal, which we should actually strive to be like the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salatu wassalam. There's a beautiful story as well. It has no correlation, but it just shows you the example of muqallideen not following what their marji'iyya al-ulya does. There's a well-known story about Sayyid al-Barajurdi, who was the marja' al-a'la at this time. You probably know the story very well.
Yeah.
The tatbir. Regardless of whether we agree with his ijtihad or not, he simply tells his muqallideen, and ya jama'ah, I do not see the permissibility of tatbir. In this kayfiyya, in this time, for these people, Allah al-alam, don't do tatbir. you are my muqallid, you have verified my a'lamiyya, do not commit tatbir. These people, they gather around, they gather like a wafid, a circle, and they all approach Sayyid al-Barajardi, a great marja. They approach him and they tell him, Sayyidina, we have a mas'ala, we have an issue. He tells them, how, what's happening? They tell him, we do taqleed upon you 364 days a year. The one day that we don't do taqleed upon is Yom Ashura. In the most holiest day of the year, we don't do taqleed. We simply do our own thing, and then we come back to our taqleed. Each يعني وكأنه it's like drinking water, as they say, مثل شرب الماء. It makes no difference to us. So do you think that if Sayyid Ali Sistani or other maraja, if they were to declare a sarih statements dissociating from the Iranian regime, dissociating from certain crimes that they've committed, or dissociating from certain countries, in fact, would the Shia oblige?